Tonight I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on dopamine and how dopamine actually can be used to grow businesses. So how are we expected to run a great business if we're half dead, right? We got to be optimizing ourselves as a business athlete. And usually you got health over here and you've got business here, and they're totally separate. But we need to bring them in together. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter created in your brain, and it's your reward hormone. It makes you feel good when you do something that's constructive to your body. I'm Nathan Baws, and I love building businesses. In fact, I'm so freaking passionate about building businesses. I do it all day, every day, 7 days a week, and love the journey.
Our first presenter is Nathan Baws, and Nathan has some very, very interesting, his thing is, I won't steal his thunder, but he's going to be giving insight to business startups, how to scale and grow from a startup to a six-figure business, and I will be very glad to hear what you've got to say.
Thank you.
Over there.
Lovely. Well, good evening, Optus. And the rest. I think there's one other person here too, so good evening to you guys. So my name's Nathan. I love business. Absolutely love it. Love everything to do with it. It's a huge journey. I've done heaps of different things. I'm going to run through just to give you a bit of a taste of some of the things I've done in the past, just to set the stage. Been involved in a lot of different things, but tonight I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on dopamine and how dopamine actually can be used to grow businesses. Who would have thought there was a connection? It has a lot of bad connotations lately with social media, but I use it to integrate with business, and I love the concept. My background's in health, so I was originally a naturopath. So these are some of the businesses that I have done in the past. Started my career in the aviation business up here, making paper aeroplanes at 6, and then went across to earthworms. Then I became a naturopath. You can see back there, I had a bit more hair back then, so that was me. Then I went into pharmacies, consulted for pharmacies. Then I built a vitamin brand that I sold across Australia and built 3 health shops. And then went into weight loss clinics and set up 8 clinics in WA. Then I went over to the UK and played with property because I wanted a big change. And we're doing creative finance in property, and we built a portfolio without any of our own money. And then we started teaching people how to do the same thing. And then, keeping in the health roots, I went into setting up a couple of hotels in Bali, doing weight loss programs, running weight loss programs, because why wouldn't you, right? And then these are the current ones I'm working on now, and FLAIR School stands for Financial Literacy and Real World Education for school kids. So I just figure our kids are coming out with lack of information on financial literacy, and there needs to be way, way more in that space. So we do, because I was on Shark Tank, we do a whole bunch of Shark Tank presentations for schools and get them really excited about the entrepreneur space, which I love. Then I was involved in a book with Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy. I just wrote a chapter in that, and that was all about dopamine for business and business growth, 2 things I'm really passionate about. Then Tommy Sugo's been running since 2014, did Shark Tank with that, and we have 8 different channels of income through that business. And Number 5 is another business that we're very active in at the moment. So we do bookkeeping at ridiculously competitive prices, and we factor in business growth as well. So I've always thought my bookkeeper and my accountant should be giving me more. I want more from these guys, and I figured they should be involved in helping me grow my businesses, and they never did. So I thought, stuff it, we'll build the business and we'll create exactly what we want, and this is a business that builds while we're doing their bookkeeping. So that's it. And the latest little venture is everything that I focus on is about lead generation. I love lead generation. And it's the blood. It's the blood of the business, right? Without lead generation, without new sales coming in, businesses are boring and they don't work, and you might as well not be in business, right? So we've created this AI cold caller, and it absolutely sucks. And it's really, really bad.
Most of them do.
Yeah, but the bones are phenomenal. And I know once we've shaped it up a little bit better, we just launched this week. We've reached out to about 50 schools using it, because that's one of through the Shark Tank stuff. And it's really bad, but but the voice is phenomenal. Like, it's getting so good. The tech is getting so good these days. The latency is so short. And so I know when we've refined it, because at the moment it's, you know, when you call a number and it says press 1 for this, 2 for that, well, it starts a full conversation at that stage. So we're doing a few modifications, but it's absolutely amazing where it's going. But tonight I want to talk about dopamine and how we can use that to grow our businesses. And usually you've got health over here and you've got business here, and they're totally separate. But we need to bring them in together because it's a package deal. Because if you are half dead, if your energy is non-existent, if you've got brain fog, if you're fighting disease, it's very hard to get motivated in the morning. And to me, business is all about momentum and consistency. That's why I love lead generation, because it gives you momentum. It gives you, that's the sexy side of business in my mind. You know, it's really exciting. Oh, I got a new lead in. Let's chat to this person. So for me, it's all about momentum, and then consistency and persistence. Like, business is a long-term venture. It's not a sprint. It's more a marathon. I know some people are killing it overnight, but in general, for most businesses, it's more of a marathon. So we've got to set up our bodies so that we can optimize them for getting the best results. And the fact is that most of us out there are putting a lot of crap into our body, right? And we're expecting good results. So we're fueling up on caffeine and sugar and alcohol. Sorry guys, but that's what's happening. That's the reality. And probably not many people talk about that. So we need to talk about that. I mean, sugar in itself is, in Australia, we're eating 14 teaspoons of sugar a day. That's the average person. That's crazy. You think about it, 14 teaspoons. I mean, sugar is now very much clinically linked to disease, in obviously blood sugar, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, causing a lot of cancers. There's a lot of metabolic links to it there. Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and brain fog. So how are we expected to run a great business if we're half dead, right? We got to be optimizing ourselves as a business athlete. I think we need to start looking at it a little bit differently. I mean, I'm very serious about business because I freaking love it. It's so much fun, right? So I'll do everything to optimize and to remove things that take away the dopamine. All these things are negative. They suck your body full of energy, and they deplete your dopamine storage. So if we can think of it as a battery, and our dopamine needs to be topped up regularly on a daily basis, and avoid these sort of things that deplete the dopamine. So just to give you a bit more background in dopamine, we all know it from the link with social media and doom scrolling. All right, there's a really positive side of it which we should be using for business. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter created in your brain, and it's your reward hormone. It makes you feel good when you do something that's constructive to your body. It's your body's way of dealing with motivating you to do more good stuff. It's like an intrinsic drug that says, hey, well done, you've just done some really good stuff that your body benefits from. And that's things like all this stuff. This is the stuff that brings dopamine into your body. Focusing on to elevate your energy, your business. And so sleep, good recovery, nutrition, eliminating sugar, eliminating those stimulants that give you the quick dopamine hit, but then crash you down straight after it. Movement is fantastic. Exercise is amazing for dopamine. Another one that I do every day is cold water therapy. So if you can jump in the shower and have a cold water shower, it's very uncomfortable. But guess what, guys? The other side of discomfort is success and achievement. Yeah? So that is phenomenal. Cold water, actually, we set a Guinness Book of World Records for ice baths, and that's all about dopamine stimulating. Dopamine elevation goes up to about 234% after a cold water therapy. So if you're starting that every day and putting yourself in a good zone, how amazing is that going to be for your business? It's going to have contagious effects. When we have more dopamine, we have more mental clarity, we have more excitement, more passion. And the world is lacking that. It's seriously lacking passion. So these are all the things that we can do. Improving our mindset, eliminating negative stuff. You know, the news, we just have to turn on bloody America, right? And see all the negativity that's coming through on a daily basis. A lot of people associate with negative people. It's all dopamine depleting, and it's no good for your business. And by the way, it has some better side effects with your health when you fix these things as well. So, you know, that's a bonus. So we spend a lot of time doing emails, social media, admin, busy work. We're all busy. Oh, everything's so busy, right? But are we actually being productive? And are we doing things that stimulate dopamine? So, you know, we're busy running around in circles, but are we closing deals? And are we doing follow-ups? Are we doing sales calls? Are we doing those things that make us feel uncomfortable? Well, probably not, because they make us feel uncomfortable, right? But if we do them, on the other side of that discomfort is dopamine. And it's our body saying, hey, well done, you've made the effort, you're gonna feel good. So when you close a deal, that's what you get that little rush. And it's all about momentum and consistency. So if we can build more momentum with that dopamine hit regularly throughout the day by doing all these things, listening to music, uplifting music is a great way of boosting your dopamine. Starting your day with a cold shower, eating good, eating high protein, low carbs, and one of my businesses is high carbs, but life's a balance. So if we can do all these sort of things, we boost our batteries, we increase our dopamine, we create the momentum which perpetuates further benefits, further energy, further clarity. Choose one thing that drives revenue. Everything's related to business for me. So how can I improve my health, improve my biochemistry to optimize that so that I can improve my business? So lead generation is for me, that's my dopamine. As I mentioned, that's what really gets me excited. When we bring new people into your business, that's what gets it going. And that creates the momentum. Taking action daily, sales, offers, follow-ups, partnerships. I love doing joint ventures with people, creating win-win opportunities. Win-win-win. So you got win for me, win for the business partner, and win for their clients. So you're tapping into other databases. Really cool stuff. Celebrate progress. So the end goal, say it's making a sale. Sometimes that goal takes a little while to get to. We know at the end of that sale, we get a dopamine hit. We feel good about it. But sometimes that's a very long lead time. So what we have to do is start celebrating the steps that we need to take to get to that end result. So it might be a question of 10 different things. So how do we get to that sale? Okay, we know we need to make 10 sales calls a day. We need to send certain emails. We need to do certain things. So reward yourself or celebrate those little goals, and then that way you keep your dopamine coming into your body on a daily basis, and you keep your momentum going, which is all going to get you there. Consistency. So once you've locked in all this good stuff, it's all about repeating. We want to repeat anything that works. We double down on it, triple down on it, and then we scale. So that's how we grow. So these are all the little things that we do to up our energy, up our dopamine, and bring it. Why not optimize ourselves as the ultimate machine for doing business and living life, right? So many people just go through life with the blinkers on, and it's boring, and you know what to expect. But there's so many different ways of looking outside of the box and bringing all this stuff into the business world. So that's kind of a very quick version on the dopamine, the energy, just I want to open your eyes to a different way of doing things. The other thing, if anyone needs some lead generation, if anyone is involved in that side of things, that you need more leads for your business, we're still figuring out this AI stuff, but once that's done, we reckon it's going to be really cool. We're going to partner. We don't want to make money out of this, so if anyone wants to actually use it and play with us and let us practice on bringing you more clients, very open to that sort of thing. Okay, so that's fast forward version of thinking outside of the box.